Good evening. My name is Odie Hawkins, and I'm going to continue the readings that I've been doing for the course of this year, 2023. I would like to say that we've missed a few of the readings because of circumstances beyond my control. Just put it that way. I'm reading columns from a newspaper I wrote for called the African Times back in 1996. And it occurred to me, which is the catalyst for these readings, it occurred to me that so many of the things that I wrote about are pertinent to today. And so I don't feel that they're outdated, but I'll let the people who are seeing this make their own opinions about it. It's such a trip that, we would be in 2023, and I'm reading columns from 1996 that's so applicable to today. In any case, without belaboring the point, I'll just simply say I'm reading old columns from a newspaper that is now defunct, the African Times, that was published by a man named Charles Anchiam. And my producer-director, Zola Salena, is wagging her finger at me saying, get on with it. So that's what I'm going to do. And here we go. This is from a column that was written for the August 1/15. The column, the newspaper was printed bi-monthly. This was printed in the August, it's called Africa Media Watch. My focus was on African American affairs and situations. Confronting the scourge called prostate cancer in black males. The time is the recent past, and the conversations here and recorded should be taken seriously. The subject matter concerns the African American male's psychosexual plumbing. The names have been warped to disguise the guilty, but the sentiments expressed are the real deal. On the afternoon that this was quasi-recorded, there were 5 black men present: Frank, Brother Ray, Big Al Bracy, BJ, Too Bad, and yours truly. The names, of course, have been disguised to protect the guilty. It was a Friday evening. We have just finished a vigorous 2-hour end of the weekend pickup basketball game in La Brea Park. The sweaty need to take a shower aftermath was tolerated in the name of male bonding as we all assembled on the wide back veranda of Frank's place. The Guinness stouts were well chilled. The pizza was on the way. Under the circumstances, anything could be discussed. This is what I heard. I can't imagine what you're trying to show me from this distance, but it's okay.
Okay.
You want to talk about it?
Apparently the African Times is still available.
Well, if that's the case, I'll have to get back in touch with Mr. Anchiam.
There you go. Okay, well, anyway.
Zola Salena, the seer and the greatest researcher in the whole world, has just informed me that Mr. Anchiam is still doing the African Times.
Somebody is doing it, but we'll find out. Yes.
We'll find out about it and catch you up to it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I was at Frank's place.
Yes.
The Guinness stouts were well chilled. The pizza was on the way. Under the circumstances, anything could be discussed. This is what I heard. Frank, look, the jury said not guilty. That's all I needed to hear. Whether I believe he did it or not is purely immaterial. That's what the white folks who invented this system have been tripping on. You see how it is? These people want to have their cake and eat it too. They want all white people who are guilty of crimes against us to be judged fairly, which means in this enlightened age, 80% of the whites will probably be declared innocent and 20% guilty, or something like that. Meanwhile, we can assume that 100% of the black people who were accused of crimes against white people would be declared guilty. What I mean to say is that any African American assumed of any crime against any white person would be assumed guilty and until proven innocent. Okay? The crux of the whole business is color, race. What kind of changes would America be going through if Magic Johnson had been accused of killing his black ex-wife and her black male friend? You think we would have the newspaper accuse his attorney of playing the race card? Brother Ray, wait a minute, Frank. What does this have to do with what we were talking about, Frank? I thought that's what we were talking about. Big Al Bracey. Nope, it wasn't. Brother Ray was trying to get all of us to admit that it would be a good thing to have somebody probe our bottoms with his finger. Brother Ray, it's called a prostate exam. Big Al. Call it whatever you want to call it. It still means the same thing. Having some guy jam his finger up your butt. BJ, you guys talk so ignorant at times. The brother's just talking about how important it is to have a prostate check after you reach 40 or so. Frank, shut up, BJ. You're the brother that went in and had your manhood cut off. BJ, having a vasectomy is not having your manhood cut off. It's like a woman having her tubes tied. Big Al. I don't believe it. The general mood remained jovial, fueled by a half-dozen more stouts and a recently delivered large pizza with extra pepperoni. Brother Ray, look, all I'm saying is this. Thousands of brothers die every year from prostate cancer because they wait too long to get checked out. Same thing with the colon exam. Big Al. So you've had all this stuff done, huh? People going inside of your rectum with their camera and all that. Brother Ray, that's the way I found I had polyps in my colon. Thank God they weren't cancerous. BJ, when did you find out? Brother Ray, about a year ago. If I hadn't had the exam, I never would have known. Big Al destroyed a large wedge of pizza, his jaws working like pistons. Frank, so the bottom line, you're saying we all ought to line up for the finger probe and the camera? Brother Ray, that's exactly what I'm saying. The sooner the better. BJ, you don't have to convince me, man. I'm going to do it next week. Big Al. It wouldn't be a problem for you, my brother. I mean, after all, you're the guy who went in and had his manhood cut off. BJ, Big Al, how many times do I have to tell you a vasectomy is not having your manhood cut off? You don't have anything cut off. Big Al, I don't care what you say. Anytime you allow some white guy to play around with your wood, you're in serious trouble. BJ, you crazy. Big Al, I'm crazy. The mood became more congenial as the afternoon wore on. Frank, hey, what time does the game come on? Brother Ray, should be on now. Brother Ray remotes the giant screen on. The group settles back to stare at the Lakers warming up, listen to pregame chit-chat. Frank, team looks pretty good, huh? How's Magic doing? BJ, looks like he's in top shape. Brother Ray, just think of what would have happened if the brother hadn't had that HIV test. The mood is solemn for a few beats. It's better to know than not to know. Since I've been away for a moment, I think that I'll wait a little bit before I read the next one and end it right here. I want to get back into this slowly.
I think that's a good wrap. Very good. The fact that people wait too long to get tested.
Yeah, but it's like a lot of things that happen to a lot of our people here. I think, first of all, I think a lot of us have become so distrustful of the public health system, period. Mm-hmm. I mean, for example, they've had enough surveys to prove that a lot of African American women having prenatal care and so forth and so on get to the point of being disgusted with the health care they receive, because a lot of the doctors who are delivering their babies assume that they can deal with pain a lot better than other people. And you could go on and on and on. There's still a belief. I'm thinking of a case that's recently happened about a young boy in Lansing, Michigan, I believe it was, who was taking his trash out, and he's stopped by the police with their guns drawn and taken away. I haven't heard the end of the case, but he's taken away with the accusation that he may or may not be the suspect in a carjacking. 12 years old, maybe he's tall for his age, but luckily someone had that video. Yeah. That video which showed him, and he's not protesting anything, and they take him away. Psychological tests have proven, I think Dr. Alvin Poussant and some other psychologists have determined that for some reason many white people in uniform, white authority figures, policemen specifically, somehow assume that all black males are older than they seem to be. This is one of the reasons why they give it for Tamir Rice being shot, because the police assume that this 12-year-old playing with a toy pistol was a grown man and shot him to death. And it happens over and over again. The kind of assumption is made about African American children. The girls are thought of to be women, and the boys are thought to be men long before they reach that point in time in their lives. I mention that because we are, once again, on this particular day, I think the day is the 28th, we're at this day, the day after the shooting of some black people in Jacksonville, Florida. Not because they were assumed to be older, but because they are black. And we'll end it right there, because I'm going to come back at you about the African Media Watch column that I wrote for October 15th to 31st, 1966. Let's see how things dovetail. And meanwhile, stay well, be good to yourself, and it.
Miss.